I bought the one of the LED, or I'm sorry, the ultrasonic sensors for the Arduino and wired it up and wrote a little computer program so that it could run an LED display, so you could watch the display as I sort of move around in front of the sensor. I'm moving toward the sensor now, and it's reading, say, 40 centimeters, and I get closer, it's reading, 30, 31, 20, 26. If I put my hand right in front of the sensor, it goes to, close to 0. Let's see if I get both in there. Okay, so let's back away and we'll see how far we can go. I can't unfortunately increase the magnification. I'm at about a meter now, and it's reading 116 centimeters. Now it's reading 127 centimeters, 142, 157, 161. The display stopped displaying because I have the program written so that it suppresses, it doesn't display any reading over 1500. So what happens is suddenly it's seeing only the room and not me. And it's apparently that number's coming back at over 1500 because the display seems to be locked up. So it's not going to read anything much further than that, I suppose, depending on what the room is like. So now I'm walking back in toward it, and it's reading 180. Okay, now it starts to see me at 123, 122. And of course I'm moving toward the display, or toward the sensor. So that's a pretty cool little object. The reading gets better, and more reliable, and less spurious readings as you get near to it, of course. But it does seem to pick me up okay, and it goes out about 1.5 meters. So that kind of shows you what it will do. The sensor is a 4-wire thing. The outer 2 wires are VCC and ground, or 5 volts and ground. You have to supply 5 volts to it. The 2 middle wires are a trigger pulse, which has to come from the Arduino board, and the echo pulse, which goes back to the Arduino board, and it's read by it, and that's the difference between the two in time is what determines what this reading is. So the thing might work for what you want to do, but its range is somewhat limited. And you'd have to do some computer programming. You could probably drive multiple sensors with one board. It probably, you just have to write a little program that'll do that. And with the number of pins you have, the digital pins, you have 12 pins, you're using 3 of them for the display and 2 of them for the sensor. So if you use the same display for the multiple sensors, that means you could do 4 sensors per board and display combination. So you could run 4 sensors off of this and write a program that would decipher that information to some extent. Now, what I'm going to do is get off axis of the board, or the sensor, and you can see I'm looking at the side of it, and the display locks up at 78, so it's not seeing me anymore. Now let's see if it's seeing me now. Yeah, it's still seeing me, and I'm probably, I'd say I'm at about the spec angle, maybe 15 degrees. So it does about what it says it's going to do in the specs. 15 degrees off axis, it kind of sees you. Because of course you're pretending a larger fraction of that. Total 15 degrees to get closer to it. So I don't know. It's probably doing what it says it's supposed to do.